Welcome to the new episode of DHTML. In this session, I am going to start with jQuery. So, basically, jQuery is a lightweight JavaScript library. It is a free open source scripting language. So, before to start with the jQuery, I must say jQuery is the next level of JavaScript. JavaScript is also scripting language, and jQuery is also scripting language, but uh, though it's a lightweight JavaScript library. So in JavaScript, whatever the program we write, uh, so due to the JavaScript keywords and the functions, the codings, the statements to perform the particular program is lengthy. You have to write a long codes to complete the program to fulfill the user requirement. But jQuery is the library, as in you add the library in C programming, right? Like math.lib, it's also library. So it's a math operation related library. Conio.h, studio.h, all those are the library. So due to those library, you can add the basic mathematical function in your program, so which is already predefined in that library, and you can directly just call those functions. So you don't need to write the full-fledged code, so lengthy code. So with the help of that one keyword, you can uh, minimize those codes, you can minimize the length of the programming, and you can save your time and easy way to complete the program, as well as you can say to fulfill the user requirement. So it's a, we can say it's a small package of JavaScript, right? It's a JavaScript, but uh, it's a small package. I mean, the statement you have to write, that becomes less with the help of JavaScript, I mean jQuery. It is a free open source scripting language. It is used to make much easy tasks for the JavaScript. There is an interaction between HTML, CSS, document, and DOM. jQuery is a simplified HTML document traversing, also helpful for the event handling and document animation as well. There is also interaction with Ajax or the client server communication. jQuery syntaxes are very easy to learn and understand. It is beneficial to learn jQuery fastly if you know JavaScript very well. So before to start with the jQuery, you must have a knowledge of before to start with the jQuery, you must have the knowledge of JavaScript. So without JavaScript, you can't learn jQuery. So it's a further extension of the scripting language. What is jQuery and why jQuery? So let's see. jQuery is a JavaScript library. It makes your JavaScript code shorter, faster, and cross-browser as well. It manipulates your HTML, like showing, hiding something from the page. Handless event. It can do something when user click a button or any other activity a user can do with a mouse. So it's a handless event. That means you can make interactivity between the web page and the user. The animation is also the animation provide facility provided by the jQuery as well. For example, to make a part of your page fade in, fade out, or just simply make something move, the some object, some element you want to move, so that can be also possible through the jQuery. Ajax, that do a server request without refreshing your whole web page. I mean, you want to update something, uh, so without refreshing your web page, you can update it. Why jQuery? So the answer is, with the jQuery, not only do you get a very high level of cross browser compatibility. Let's see what is that. So that is like, yes, it's even including the Internet Explorer. You also have a quick and easy way to access the HTML and the DOM manipulation. What is DOM? That I have already discussed in my previous session. The special function to interact directly with CSS, the ability to control events, the powerful tool to create a professional effects and animations, and functions for coding, Ajax communication with the web server. jQuery is also the base for wide range of plugins and other utilities too. jQuery is fast and concise JavaScript library that simplify the HTML document traversing. HTML document traversing, that means like you have a number of elements in HTML document. So by selecting the particular element, you can make changes with your web page with the help of jQuery. So by that way you can traverse, you can select the one element, you can go up, go down, and many more things you can do. Event handling, animation, and Ajax interactions for rapid web development. jQuery is designed to change the way that you write the JavaScript, because with the help of JavaScript you can do the interactivity, but the code length is uh, so big, right? Too much, I mean n number of statements you have to write. So it is like a recursive function. Without using a recursive function, you can perform the recursion programming, right? But if you use the recursive function, the inbuilt function, right, which is provided by the C programming, right? So with the help of recursive function, you just have to write 2 or 3 statement and you can complete your program. So the same thing. So like the I mean, right now we are learning. So our let's say the length of the programming is like 40 statement, 50 statement. So with the help of that can be complete within 10 to 15 statements, right? uh, it helps to improve the performance of the application. I mean, if you have a less number of codes, so it is quickly you can load your web page, you can access your web page. So loading time will be reduced, developing time will be also reduced, testing time is also reduced. Develop most browser compatibility web page. Implement UI related critical functionality without writing hundreds of lines of codes. It is too fast. Extensible, so jQuery can be extended to implement customized behavior. Now let's see how to include a jQuery in your web page, because as I said, jQuery is the library. So by just including a few statements, you can use the jQuery functionalities. So as in, like in C programming, you just add hash include studio.h, hash include conio.h, hash include math.h. So there are multiple ways to add the jQuery in your web browser. So there are 2 ways to include the jQuery in your web page. You can go to the jQuery website and choose the version which you need. You have to download it to your website and serve it up from there. I mean, from the from that jQuery website. You can take advantage of the free content delivery network, that is CDN, and simply link to the version you require. So before deciding whether to download and host the jQuery directly, or to use CDN to your I mean, to also must pick a version of jQuery. So 2 ways. So directly you just include the name of the jQuery library from the CDN network, or else go to the jQuery website and download that file and include it. Every released version of jQuery is listed in both compressed and minified form at jquery.com/download. So you can download the jQuery from this site. You all need to do is choose one you need and right click a link displayed along and serve it to your hard disk. I mean save it to your hard disk. From there you can upload it to your web server and then include it within the script tag. So the example is C, the script src jquery slash jquery, this is the extension 1.11.1.min.js is the extension of this library file. So this is the jQuery official website. From this website you can download the jQuery file. So that is the first step to open that file. Second step, you can find the appropriate version, so different the list of version and the download and compatibility with your operating system, right? So as per that you can download. So click any of the version, it will open the jQuery file in the browser. So this is how you can find. The fourth step is you can save your file at the particular in the particular folder, and then after you just have to call that file, right? Let's say jQuery 3.4.1.js. so you can use it. If your program and file both are in same folder, so no need to use the complete path. If it is not, then you have to mention the complete path, that where you have stored that file. The next is add jQuery using CDN technique. So if you do not want to save or download the jQuery file, the CDN technique is also useful and to add the jQuery in your HTML document. The CDN is content delivery network, is a system of the computer that exists all over the world and catch the files for user to access. CDN can greatly reduce the load time of page by offering files at higher bandwidth because it is directly calling from that server, from that network. So that is the physically closer to your visitor than your web page server might be. The web developers can leverage the use of CDN to host their jQuery library, faster access and improve the performance. So let's see the steps. Write the jQuery CDN in Google and it will show the different link for that. Select this that is http colon /code.jquery.com, from where you can add the jQuery externally. It will show the different versions of jQuery list in CDN, right? So cdn.click, so one of the version you have to select. It will show you the CDN path of the jQuery. Copy the CDN path and paste it in your current HTML document where you want to run the jQuery code. In this step you will require the internet access, so I'll prefer that better to use the go to the jQuery website, download it and save it so that you can easily access it. Every time you don't require to connect that network and get the library from, source of the library from that network, from that CDN server, right? So better is to download the file. So this is how you can add that. So this is the link which is provided by the CDN network. So let's begin with the jQuery syntax. It is easy to understand and write the jQuery syntax. It compared to JavaScript, and it is a shorter way to write the JavaScript code. JavaScript syntax written between the script tag. So it is compulsory to use a script tag, right, to write the jQuery. The most shrinking thing is about jQueries to people who are new to it is the dollar symbol. Sorry, the most striking thing, I'm sorry, the most striking thing is that in every statement you have to use the dollar symbol, which act as the jQuery factory method. It is just the alias for the jQuery word to identify, to point the particular element, right? And that is, you can say, the identity of the jQuery, because you are using dollar symbol. So that is from the background of the jQuery. It was chosen because the symbol is legal in JavaScript and is short and the different from the customary variables, objects or functions or the methods. You can access jQuery by typing a dollar symbol followed by a selector in parentheses, and then uh, the the period and the method of to apply the selected element. Let's see the example. For example, to change the font family of the paragraph to monospace, you can use this code. So that is like $p, so that means you are pointing to the p element, the paragraph tag. So the paragraph tag dot css font family, so whatever the font which you have added to the paragraph content, that converts it into the monospace. So this is how you can use css content and the font family, which is monospace. See, the double single quotes and the comma, which is separated by the comma, is compulsory. Close the bracket and at the end close the semicolon. Another statement is $a, that is anchor tag, right? So the a tag dot click, so function you want to call. So while you click on the link, you want to run the function. So whatever the statement you write in the curly bracket, that function, that statement will be performed. The another way of issuing this command by calling the jQuery function, which were in the same way as dollar, like this. So that is like jQuery and the code .css, but I'll suggest to use the dollar symbol. See, this is the basic program in which the scripting, see the script tag, the extension of the jQuery which we are going to use is 3.4.1.js. Now $document.ready function. First you need to ready your document. So this is the statement that you are telling your web page that gets ready. So after ready, you have to write the further functions. So in any jQuery program, you have to ready your web page. Then $button, so whichever the button tag you have used, so by click is this is the jQuery function, right? So since you have included jQuery, so .click function can be used, and the function will be called, that is alert all jQuery call on button click event. So this is how you can perform the jQuery based program. See, and in body tag there is a button. Click on button is the statement, and by clicking on this button it will display the alert box. The next thing that I want to include in this session is comments in jQuery, how to write the comments. So it is like a simple way. For the single line comment, you should have to use with one line code only. So for that, /, and for multi-line comments it's similar to the your JavaScript, right? That is a slash then star, and write the code, I mean the statements, and ends with star and slash. So whatever you have written, that consider as comments, right? So this is the syntax for the comments. So here also there are two types of comments: single line comment and multi-line comments. So that's it for today's session. Thanks for watching my video. We'll meet soon in the next session.